Hello, today I come to talk about my internship. I'm currently interning at Lee, which is called Leadership for Educational Equity. It is a nonprofit organization in Washington, D.C. My position is intern. I typically enter different salaries and different numbers into the Excel spreadsheet. And I'm just going to tell you a few stories about what I've endured by being an intern. First thing I endured is that there's nothing wrong with taking an extra step or taking matters into your own hands in terms of when you are attempting to complete a job. For example, there have been times where I have thought I completed the job, but a number was in the wrong area, or I put the wrong number in, just looking over the work and entering the numbers too fast, too quickly, thinking I got it and things like that. And at the end, my numbers are supposed to match up, but there was one time it didn't, and I was a bit confused. I did not go to my supervisor because I wanted to grow, and I felt like me growing, I had to do this on my own, sit there, take my time, review what I just did, so that I would be able to, when I encountered this problem again, I would be able to take my time, look over what I did, and be able to find my mistake instead of necessarily going to someone else for them to find my mistake. At Lee, most people work from home. Typically, employees come in once or twice a week, but on Tuesdays is when, for some odd reason, is when most of the employees choose to come in and work. So on Tuesdays, the office is hectic, people everywhere, a lot of voices. You got to learn to work in hostile environments. That's another thing I learned. The environment's not always going to be of your liking. So being able to adjust and, even though one day it's all quiet, it's not that many people, the next day, Tuesday, it could be packed, hectic, a lot of voices, and you won't have much room for error. So you have to prepare for those days and adjust for those days so that when those Tuesdays come and you know that there isn't much room for error, you will be able to nip your errors in the bud very fast, or take your time and not doing these errors so that you will not have to stop and ask or stop and wait for someone to not be busy for you to get for you to ask them what you need to ask them. Lastly, I believe this might be the most important thing I've learned, and that's being proactive rather than reactive. Understanding that being organized and doing all these proactive things before attempting to complete a task is important, because if you don't be proactive in doing these things, then you will have to be reactive, and after you complete the task, then you'll have to go back, make sure everything is in order instead of being proactive, whereas before you start, everything is organized. So you know exactly what you gotta write down. You just gotta make sure that you pay attention and really focus on what you wrote down and how you organize the tasks so you can get it done. Overall, I've really enjoyed being an intern. I felt like I've grew as a person. I've learned how to work in hostile environments, and I've learned how to work in environments that are not as hostile. And also I've learned just to be happy. Being happy and enjoying what you do is, to me,